we've made it to Friday.
We have.
Well, how was the Matco Expo?
It was good. We enjoyed it.
Well, we've seen a lot of new cool stuff you guys are gonna get.
We did. The new sidekick carts were revealed. We got to put our hands on those. Some roll around carts. It's a sidekick roll around cart. Also, we're going to get some of those. They're cool. We did get to see the new redesigned 6S toolbox.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of that. That's cool.
Yeah, I really like the lighting system on it. I didn't know about it when I first released it because I didn't know how it was going to mount and all that, but I really liked it. It does have a functional remote to where you can do a couple different modes, and they're bright. They're really nice. So they had a dark room set up to where you could go in and mess with it, and it was really nice. And they also revealed the new casters, the upgraded casters that you could get for them. So really good things coming for the 6S toolbox. It looked really good.
Cool.
We got to hear about and pre-order a new Milwaukee tool that's coming out in August.
The new little slim.
Yeah. I think 2 pounds is what it's going to weigh, so that's pretty cool. We got to play with it, mess around with it. But I think the best news of all, which actually got released a little bit before Expo, but between you going to shows and us going to shows, we missed a couple Fridays, but they have decided to keep the aluminum trim on 2S. Nice. So we are gonna go back to the 2S keeping the aluminum trim. So I was happy about that.
That was my next question: is how many people fussed at you for speaking the truth?
So it actually went right the opposite. Instead of, which I'm really happy about, instead of Matco saying, hey, instead of doing all this, they actually came to us and we got to sit down in a meeting and talk, and they were really open to our opinions and our ideas and stuff. So they may not ever take all of our ideas that we put out, but to know that they listened to us and stuff like that, that was really nice. So I never got one from the minute we released the video about the trim. That was kind of my fear on that. I didn't say nothing bad. I just said what I thought on it. But I thought either a distributor or somebody wouldn't like me putting that out there. But actually, I didn't have anybody say one slight word to me. So I'm okay with that.
There you go.
We also we did come out with our new clip tool. I know we had talked about it, but I don't know if we've showed it on the video. So we'll talk about that now. Hey, look, I grabbed blue. Now, we did find out that we were actually, I wouldn't say wrong, we just didn't know. We had talked about purple, and I said it wasn't the best seller in our area. Well, apparently everywhere else it is, because it was the #1 selling color. So
we didn't have a lot of testosterone down here, though.
I don't know. We
have a lot more testosterone here than we do in a lot of areas of the country.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know purple was the best seller, but they said that it was. So, but we do have. So, do I have an old? Yes, I do.
Right there to the left.
Okay, so there's that one there. And I'm gonna open one of the old ones up. It would only be fair to do it in the same color, right?
So this one's thicker, looks like.
It's definitely thicker.
The first thing I noticed.
And then you also have the metal body there instead of the plastic. So right off the bat, we can see the difference there.
Yeah, big difference.
Right. But another key difference is on this one here is we actually got a knife too.
Oh, that's cool.
So we can go from clip tools to opening boxes, whatever we want to cut, trimming plastic, whatever we want to do. Obviously, you want to make, it does have a lock. You press the little button in, and it goes back in, so that it don't just.
Yeah, that's nice.
So, 100%, this one just feels better than this one.
That would ensure that you keep it in your pocket all day too.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, it is a little bit longer. It is definitely a little bit heavier.
Yep.
But I like the fact that they've beefed this up. I mean, even in the end here, you can tell that we're thicker in the end. So that may have some downfall. You know, some of the clips you may have to work a little harder to get this in there, but you're not going to have it breaking as near as often. So
Right.
obviously, if we're trying to lift the car up with it, it's still going to break. But
Those
so
are
that
nice.
they
Really
are. I like
nice.
those. We also released the razors. So as you see, I just grabbed purple. There's blue, there's green. There was an orange, but I done sold it.
That's pretty cool. What do they take, like Gillette blades or
Yes,
something?
so they do take Gillette blades. It does have the 1/4-inch ratchet handle on there.
That's cool.
We also have, yeah. So as you can see, the actual handle part's the same. Now this part is not, obviously, but
That is neat right there.
and then we actually got metal here. So if you want to shave with Matco, we can help you out there. You'd be surprised at the people that have bought them this week.
I imagine they're just cool, you know.
They are.
Snap-on had one like that a long time ago, you know, and
Yeah.
I had it, and over the years it just got crappy looking. So
It happens. It happens. Throwing everything out in one video. Why not? There is also, we did get our Kershaw display on the back. That's the only place I had to put it right now.
yeah,
But we have sold 2 knives out of it already. So nice
cool.
looking display. Got some good Kershaw knives in it. Overall, I'm definitely happy with it. So
nice.
the other thing that we did bring,
We got all the colors of the wedges too. Now.
oh yeah, we've got, if there was a color in a flashlight, we got it. So we have those wedges there. We also have the smaller XTs, and then on, that's more wedges. We do have the smaller USB Streamlights. Behind you, we got the Coast Slayers. I always try to use Expo to stock up on our good selling stuff.
So which one have you noticed has been a better seller, Coast or Streamlight?
Ooh.
Because like what I've noticed, like a lot of areas of the country, most guys, a lot of guys like Coast. It seems like around here, Streamlight's kind of been stronger.
Right. So definitely Streamlight has always been stronger for us, but that may be an us thing because we haven't ever really just ventured out and did a whole lot of Coast.
Right.
Now, the last time we ordered the exact same amount of Coast as we did the wedges, and I mean, it was either or.
Right.
But now we did have, well, I wanted blue, y'all don't have a blue wedge, so I'll buy this Coast blue, and we haven't really had any complaints with either one of them.
And I think the reason why is because when they come out with the USB, or not the USB, but the stylus, remember it took the 2 batteries?
Yeah.
Like every tool truck had those on it, and I think guys bought them and realized how tough they were. And just
You talking about the Streamlight?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Streamlight.
So we've got them too.
So I think that's kind of what started everything here with why Streamlight stayed so popular, you know.
Right. Well, and Streamlight makes,
Because you can't tear them damn things up.
no, man, well, and
You
the thing
can
about
do with them.
the thing about Streamlight too, which we talked to Coast about it, and they said that they have got the issue resolved. But one thing that we did notice is Streamlight, we send that light back, they send us another one, we're done.
Right.
It was almost impossible for us to do Coast warranty because we would call Matco, and Matco said we'd call Coast, and we'd call Coast, and Coast said they call Matco, and we were going back and forth and back and forth. And it's like, well, we got to take care of our customer, so we're going to do whatever we got to do.
You would think Coast and Matco would work out that third-party reseller stuff prior to launching it.
They definitely said they've got it worked out, because that was my thing. Before I ordered those, I said, hey, what's the warranty on these? And they said, type in your computer, hit broken, we send you another one. So it's like, great, that's awesome. Yeah. So we've got a whole bunch of them. We're going to try that theory out. We're going to see how it works out. Either way, we're going to take care of the customer. But we did order those.
I have to be careful with my opinions. I don't want to get banned from another Matco show.
We, what else was, have you seen the mega hooks?
Oh, no.
So go ahead, it's going to be hard for us to show this on the actual video, but go ahead and grab your hand and actually give that
A pull. God, it's bending this part instead of pulling it
So
off.
45 pounds is what it says it'll hold up. But not only is it 45 pounds, but you actually have to pull to get it off. So it is real simple to get it off. If you use that part, it pulls right off.
Wow.
So guys are buying these, and what they're doing with them, or what the thought of what they're going to do. Well, not only creepers, but impacts. So instead of laying it on the arm and it possibly falling off, people are buying these, which that's the closed one. We have open ones. Let me see if I can find an open one.
It'll slide in.
Slide in there. So everybody's sliding it in a little different. So this is the one we had on display yesterday. Everybody's either picking it to slide it in like this. Right. They're putting it in like this. We even have people putting it like this. It doesn't really matter. But the thing about it is, we can stick this on the rack. We can stick our impact in it, and now we're not knocking it off.
Sure.
Because normally when we land on the arm, we're about this high up, and then we go to walk under it, our hat, our head, whatever, arm, we knock it off, it falls down.
Bust the battery off.
But yeah, there's something gonna happen.
Yeah.
But either way, 45 pounds ain't no joke. They had a weight on there. Like I said, on the video, it's like, yeah, they're putting on, it's not that hard.
Yeah,
it's stout.
I bent it was bending the bottom part.
So what I have been prefacing it with is definitely non-scratch if you do normal operation. But what you're going to do is you're going to have people testing it, right? Because that's our first thing we want to do. We want to pull on it, we want to push down on it. I would not put it on my box.
Yeah.
The reason I would not put it on my box is because, as you can see, all week we've been doing this demo. At some point it's going to scratch, right?
Yep.
So they've got the rubber here, and that's all great and well. And we talked to the guy about it because he said they were non-scratch, and they are under normal operation, non-scratch. But people are going to test it.
Oh yeah, you got to try that.
Yeah, somebody's going to walk by it. You tell somebody that you got that good hook, they're going to walk past it later on when you're not looking, and they're going to say, well, I want to really see
what it'll do.
And next thing you know, you got a scratch on your box.
Absolutely.
And you're mad at me. So I've been pre-selling it as, don't put them on your box. You know, put it on the lift, put it on the rack, whatever you want to do. Don't matter to me. You know, great for air hoses, extension cords, whatever. But
see, I was thinking like on the side of your toolbox, you could put that there and hang your creeper, you know,
and you can. Perfect. But if it's like a one-man shop and you know you're not going to be moving it up and down, perfect. 42 people in your shop and people love to borrow tools and stuff like that. Just have that in mind of, hey, you know, and you could even probably put like a paper towel or something behind it, because as strong as that magnet is, it's still going to stick. It's not going to have the 45 pounds then, but still. But something else that we went ahead and got is the little baskets here. And the reason I got the little baskets is, as you can see, they got a couple of different things here. But what I was thinking, it does have the centralized magnet there, same magnet that's on those. That would be perfect on the side of a rack for your brake clean. Oh yeah. Your PB blaster. Shop rags, because it's going to have
tuba grease.
Yeah, it's going to have your paper towel holder on the bottom that's hooked to it. So also, what I've been telling guys is buy this stuff right here, because we're all guilty of it. We're working underneath the car, we're finishing up, we change the oil, whatever it might be, and then we wipe our hands with a shop rag, we jump in. Well, next thing we notice, there's a little greasy spot over here on the door panel or something else. And then we're like, oh crap. And we tell ourselves to never do that again, and somehow it happens again. Now we have our waterless soap that we can put in here. We can do our hands with it. We can wash it off, or wipe it off with a paper towel. And then the next thing you know, we're good to go. And then all we got to do is come back and get our dirty rags, because we don't want them staying in here forever and always. We got our house cleaned every once in a while. But I think that basket will really come in handy. For nothing else, for just your brake clean or whatever.
That's a good idea.
So brake clean, PB blaster, everything that we normally have to run back to our toolbox and get. And some people's like, well, I'm gonna stick it on the side of my cart and I'm gonna roll my cart. Well, however you want to do it, it don't matter to me. But I like the fact that it's got a super stout magnet. I'm having to hide them because I wanted to show those. Those were something that I wanted to show on the video. But
That's good. I seen the little Milwaukee. I thought that was nice because, you know, really that's the only thing that's kept the Snap-on 14.4 going, I think, is that skinny.
Yeah.
You know, being so slim. And it's going to be tough now.
It is. You got your
Milwaukee
phone.
having
Pull that
that,
picture up.
'cause-
So, I'll show you the pictures of it. Obviously, it was a pre-order. It's not even going to be out till October. Not October. August. We did pre-order some of them. You know, I'm always honest. And I'm always upfront. I wish it had the rocker switch.
Yeah, I like
I
the rocker
love
switch.
the rocker switch. We asked a
You
guy
either
about,
love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
There's no in between. with
well,
it.
and that's what Milwaukee said. They said that, you know, you poll 100 people, 50 people's going to say they love it, 50 people's going to say they hate it. Either way, it is what it is. So obviously, they did a comparison with a Snap-on because that's the one that's that size. This one is the one that's out now. It's the 550 foot-pounds. You know the size of it. That's the one they're coming out with, and that's the Snap-on. So let me find.
I know I've seen the video where they was holding them side by side.
Yeah, so that's in my hand. It's super short. That's side by side.
Yeah.
I think they said this one's gonna weigh like 2 pounds.
Very nice.
So definitely short. I think it's gonna be a really nice in the dash, quick valve cover bolt, stuff like that. They're gonna do it in 3/8 and in 1/4 to really make it better. If you haven't seen the new die grinders yet, y'all need to pay attention to them as well while we're on new stuff in Milwaukee. This released just before Expo, and we've already sold 4 of these. These things are bad. I mean, so if I remember,
So they bog down like the old ones used to?
no. So that's the
Because
thing.
I bought the first one, and I'm going to tell you, that thing was hot freaking garbage.
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
Right.
All
so
you did was throw your damn money out the driveway.
So that was the big complaint that everybody had with the first one. And that's what we was telling guys when we bought these. We were like, hey, we're going to have to figure out. They do have 4 settings. I am going to cheat. I know there's 20,000. I think it's 20,000 with 4, 15,000 with 3, 10,000 with 2, and 5,000 with 1. Obviously, they all start out about 3.
Right.
I'm going to cheat right quick and just make sure that I gave you all the right numbers. 3,000 to 5, 3,000 to 10, 3,000 to 15, 3,000 to 20. So yeah, but they are nice. Did we have a battery yesterday? Customer's battery. Throw it in here. So we do have it on 4. We do have the 20,000 RPM, and then we can go down to the 5. Go down to the 10, or up to the 10, I should say. 15, and then back to the 20. So what I plan on doing is I plan on actually trying to get a little demo block set up in here.
Right. I think a lot of people still going to be gun shy of it after that first one.
That's why I want to get a demo block and let them actually put a buffing pad on it, and it may be to where we can take it outside, because I don't know about sparks flying everywhere in here. But they were grinding with it at Expo. They let you grind with it. We had a body shop guy, I think his last name is Boatner. He was a body shop guy when he's done it. He absolutely loves it. So I actually ordered them off of his recommendation. He bragged about them, said how good they was. He even said the first one was crap. Yeah, this one's not there.
Like a lot of your Milwaukee fans probably cussing me right now in the comments, but hey, it is what it is. That first one absolutely sucked.
You know, we're gonna be honest either way it goes. That's
like, I don't get paid by Milwaukee. They don't send me tools. I pay for them myself. I can say what the hell I want to about them. You know, those first ones sucked. If those are better, I'll buy one of them.
So the only way you're gonna get better in life is if you admit when you're wrong, right?
Yeah, true.
So, and we've seen that a couple times.
Well, you got to say Milwaukee did that when they had that 1/2-inch impact issue, you know.
Within a week.
Yeah.
They were able to admit that there was an issue and actually said they didn't know why it ever changed, and they got it fixed. All right, I can get that back in the box right now. Here.
You know, Matco did that too with the anvils, you know, or the pawls breaking in the Matco ratchets when they first come out with the colors, and then after they redesigned the 1/2-inch, that totally cleared that up. So.
Yeah, I want to open one of these. I want to see. Don't forget to lock your knives, otherwise they open in your pocket, guys.
Did it get you?
No, I just, when I went to pull it out, I noticed, see, that one's not like it either. They have actually, I opened one yesterday.
Did they put the little anti-vibration clips in there?
There's clips in there,
Yeah.
yeah. I was wanting to show those on the video, but you would be surprised. You put the 3/8 up here. We sold through 4 of those things yesterday. Sorry, I'm throwing stuff on the floor, guys. I don't know.
They say the battery's a lot harder to get in and out with them, but they don't vibrate loose like they used to.
And this may have just been me. I may have should have paid more attention, but when these things come out, I didn't really pay attention to that. And I had guys fighting to get them on and off of that, and I'm like, what is going on with that there? And I looked yesterday when we sold the last one.
Yeah, Joe had one, and he like to never got the battery out of it, you know.
Yeah, and I was looking, and I was like, what in the world is causing this? Well, couldn't find out they had put that, and I really liked that. The #1 complaint people have, ow, yeah. So there we go. Come on now. Yeah, so there we go. And guys, you may not believe it, but that makes that battery a heck of a lot harder to get in and out.
Yeah.
But the #1 complaint with those batteries was the batteries falling out. So, and what you would have is you'd have them vibrating, and they would break the clip.
Yeah.
And then they would definitely fall out. And everybody and their mother on the internet were making designs, you know,
Yeah.
to try to, everything to try to stop it. And that's all well and good. I don't want to have to buy 100 different things to make it
or cut a zip tie off every time you change your battery.
I want it to be designed where it don't do that. So I got to credit Milwaukee for coming up with something. You know, they did that
So you can see the difference, guys. This is what is different with that.
So we'll compare it with this here. They haven't done it on the grinder yet, but you have this style versus this style. So hopefully this is probably a rolling test to see how well it works, and if it works great, they'll probably go from everything from the ratchets to everything doing it. They're normally pretty quick about their decisions, which they told us there's a bunch of new stuff coming out this year, but obviously they don't want to release it all in one day.
Sure.
And that's understandable. And that's a stout, that's 550 foot-pounds.
It makes you also wonder too, like with all these imports from China, what it's going to do to Milwaukee's tool line, because you throw 100% price increase on there.
So,
because what the funny thing is, most people think China is paying that tariff, which is definitely not
the
true.
end user's paying it.
Whoever buys that to take home is the one that ends up paying for those tariffs. So.
Yeah, well, and I fully expect price increases. We were lucky enough that they didn't increase it before the show. I ordered heavy before the show just in case of that.
Yeah.
And I mean, guys, how often do I have that many batteries on the truck?
That's a lot. I noticed
I mean,
that earlier.
I have a crap ton of batteries. But now when you can get 12Os, they're selling crazy cheap. 8Os are selling crazy cheap. People just buy them, so I bought them. We've also talked about this on another video. That's what they did to the M18. It's the anti-vibration. So they are working on that. It's not like they're not hearing it. The problem with China and tariffs is China makes most of everybody's battery. Something in the batteries are always coming from China.
Chips.
So,
you know.
it's not just going to be Milwaukee. It's going to be across the board.
Yeah.
I think that they gave some type of break to some medical stuff, and then I think they said like cell phone, they've got like a break on it, and because of the chips that these take, they're talking like they may fall under one of the breaks, so they're trying to see.
Yeah.
But
because I mean, you think if let's just take the 12 amp battery, if it went up 100%,
yeah, that's,
and like you work in construction, and you really have to depend on a cordless tool. I mean, obviously you could use an extension cord, but
yeah,
especially on new build stuff, it's kind of an aggravating thing to run it from the service pole, you know. Like, that would be rough, man. You got a $600 battery laying there at that point.
Yeah, and unfortunately on the news every day it's different. So what you think you know about it,
Sure.
tomorrow may not be true.
Change.
So it's hard to not get caught up in all that, but I try not to.
Right.
I try to order while it's on sale, try to order when it's on a good deal, and then I don't have to worry about it. And you know, we went through COVID, and COVID was a different.
Survived.
Yes, that was a whole different time. We had, and that's what I was telling people at the show. You know, we had a lot of our shops shut down for 2 or 3 months, and what do you do in that case? You can't sell to an empty shop. If ain't nobody there, they don't buy. So it's definitely going to take strategy, but I think we can all get through it if we just
absolutely
buckle down and play as a team and not play as, you know, an enemy of any sort.
That's right.
But you know, that's just my opinion. Other people may think different.
Loads of good stuff today. Kind of looking forward to seeing all the new stuff roll in and learn about it when it gets here. All right, guys, it's Friday. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Like always, hit that thumbs up. Check over for merchandise, cool tools, and discount codes down here. If you're not subscribed, take your finger, click that button. You guys have a great week. See ya.